Okay, well, with so little motion yesterday and today, especially today, nothing really new to talk about in terms of ideas, but I thought it'd be a pretty decent opportunity to kind of catch up on the ETFs in our final day. FOMC is Wednesday, of course. There's bound to be a lot of activity. There's bound to be some dynamism as opposed to what we've seen in recent days. And I thought I'm not necessarily going to thumb through all 20 ETFs because as we get into the end of the list, they get really boring. But I'll do most of them to kind of take in the lay of the land. This is the Russell 2000 futures before we get into the ETFs, going back to 2019. And the two sort of interesting phenomena about this are first, this broken wedge, which is universal across all the indexes. This failed back in early November. And after that failure, it basically fell hard and then recovered hard. And then in recent days, it has just been marking time, just grinding day after day. We have not made lifetime highs. That lifetime high persists back on October 27. And tomorrow, basically, I see a break in either direction, either a break to lifetime highs on almost everything or a slump. I'm positioned for the slump, with the exception of my one long position of palladium, which we'll look at in a moment. So a lot of uncertainty. The market's just stalled out, as you can see, just zero direction. Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, absolutely no idea what to do with itself. So let's proceed with the big ETFs. The diamonds, which I have a short position in, have been moving away from their broken trend line. And the stop for me on that one is the peak of Friday, 41.93. So I've got to stop at 482 on that short position. The emerging markets, and I'll mention those things I have a position in, which I have positions in 6 different ETFs, and I'll mention them along the way. EEM is kind of a bore fest. It's below its broken trend line, but so is everything else. China, down about 2% today. This doesn't get interesting until and unless it breaks below 38.12. It's got a pretty cool right triangle setup. And there we go. Thank you, auto trend line. But that hasn't quite completed yet. It is not out of the question that it could complete tomorrow. It's not impossible. The miners shored up nicely today. They reversed Monday's losses. They even pushed back into some of Friday. And this is, so long as they stay above 78.55, I think these are well positioned to prospectively push into lifetime highs. I hope so. The junior miners, kind of the same situation. And I'll throw down an intermediate support on that one as well. Gold itself has been kind of grinding away for days now. The absolute dynamism ended on the 20th. That was the lifetime high. We're below that. And the past 6, 7 trading sessions, just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just grinding around. If it starts to sell off, there's plenty of risk here. There's plenty of downside risk because this is a broad range. But if it can conquer 394.20, I think we could be off to the races, so a new leg of the precious metals bull market. The medium range bonds have been sinking. Nothing really broken yet. If it cuts below the low of November 5th, I think it's in big trouble. Small caps, we start off with the RTY, so kind of the same idea here. These are higher than you remember with the futures because the dividends are taken into account. And from that perspective, we actually hit a lifetime high today on the ETF because of the dividends. But past 4 days, just really grinding around below that dashed red line. And I am short these, and I've got a tight stop just at 253. As I've mentioned, I'm long palladium, PALL, a very positive day on this. Closed at the high, pushed out of this range. It's been in this range for a long time. As you can see, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Finally escaped today. And then it has to conquer 144 to really go into supercharge mode. I'm also short the cubes. In this instance, it's the gap this is all about. 629.85 is the key. It would be nice to stay below that. If we cut above it, it opens up the prospect of lifetime highs on the cubes. SLV, wonderful day, up 4.28%. Lifetime high, pretty much closing at the high. So silver continues to thrive. Just a tremendous explosive move ever since this base was formed. I used to be obsessed with silver. I even did a post, you may recall, saying go to Costco and buy silver there. That's how little effort it took to get onto the silver train. Just buy all the silver you could from Costco, of all things, and that's pretty much doubled since that time. I'm also short semiconductors, SMH. And in this instance, it's the lifetime high, 372.78. We need to stay beneath that. I am also short the spider. You can see quite a variety of shorts here. SPY. In this case, the lifetime high was back on the 29th. We got close to it on Friday, and we sunk some yesterday, and we just kind of marched time today. We're up 0.09%. So BFD, just grinding around. Here again, if we can get above Friday's high, that could really set things off to push lifetime highs. Otherwise, there's a lot of just open air beneath present price levels. And you know what? I think I'll just close with the TLT. That's very germane tomorrow. Bonds. And in this instance, we've got this cute little reversal pattern. It opens up the prospect for a sink below here, which would freak people out because it means kind of the political performance of cutting rates a couple of times is over. Otherwise, if it busts out of this pattern and rallies higher, then that could paint a path to persistent lower rates. So it's going to be an important day, that's for sure. So in sum, very, very large long position on palladium. Everything else is short. And we will see how it goes. Good luck to us all.